welcome in. Let's start today's practice at the top of our mat in a forward fold. You could keep your arms long or cross them at your elbows as you start to ragdoll sway side to side. Let the breath slow. Let the body disengage. Your forehead is heavy towards your shins, letting the neck fully relax. Let the hands rest down and begin to widen your feet, taking your blocks, stacking them on top of one another, and coming into a kneeling position supported by them. Placing the hands on your thighs, exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, forehead down, inhale, roll open, round the front of body. Repeat at your breath's pace. On your inhale, stretching front of body, and on your exhale, stretching back of body. On your next inhale, reach your hands behind the back, interlacing, finding length through the arms, the front of shoulders, finding length in your chest here. Maybe pressing fists away from low back for a little bit more intensity. Release the hands and let's step our right foot flat, knee out to the side. Place your right palm to the ground inside of the leg and inhale, left arm up to sky, creating a straight line from hand to hand. We can increase the intensity by tucking the left fingers behind our head, pressing through the elbow, really putting the length into our side of body from hip to armpit area. Release the left hand down, and we'll replace the right shin into our kneeling position, coming to the opposite side. Step your left foot flat, toes pointed out. Go ahead and take your left palm down, arm inside. Inhale, right hand to sky. Stretch through the fingers, creating that strong and straight line. Right hand can tuck behind the head, elbow pressing up. Lengthen from your right hip to right elbow. Stay with the breath. And when you're ready, you can exhale, release the hands down, bringing your knee back to the mat. Remove the blocks, widen the knees, big toes together, wide kneel. Bring your left hand to the ground behind you. Inhale, hips forward, right arm reaching back, turning chest to sky. Exhale, sweep the arm in front, placing right hand behind back. Inhale, left arm reaching up and back. Continue through this wide supported camel, getting fluid with your motions, sending length into the quads, the hips, the belly. Let your breath lead you. Let's transition to tabletop, facing the long end of our mat. Extend your right heel in a straight line out from the hips, out to the right, and begin walking it out to open up the inner thighs. Your left ankle is facing the ground with left toes pointed left, a nice 90-degree angle. When you're ready, and if you're ready, come down to your forearms and begin to play around, shifting a little forward and back, maybe lifting your tailbone up and tucking it under, allowing yourself to experience your body, experience this present moment. I encourage you to stay with your breath. Stay present with one positive sensation in your body. Lift up to your palms, rounding out through the front of your body. We'll spend a little bit of time here, noticing how the sensations in the posture change with the slight movement. Using the strength in your arms, begin to walk back into your tabletop, and we'll shift to the other end of our mat. So we can now extend out our left heel, walking it out to the side, hands staying under shoulders. Point your right toes to the right, inner ankle to ground. Drop to your forearms if and when you are ready. Stay with your breath and play around here. Unclench the jaw, unshrug the shoulders, remain present. Lifting up to your palms, rounding out the front of your body. Stay with your breath. Let's walk ourselves back in using that hand strength and return to tabletop, facing the front of our mat. Inhale, gazing up, filling the belly. Exhale, rounding the back, forehead to thighs. Find your cat-cow breath here. Keeping arms long, fingers spread, toes untucked. We're letting our breath flow, and the pace of our body will follow. Feel free to add some more movements in, maybe a little forward, backward shift, making sure that your neck stays comfortable. We'll tuck the toes and lift up into a downward facing dog, pedaling our feet by bending one knee at a time while the other leg lengthens. Keeping your ears next to your biceps, forehead pressed towards the shins. We find this nice A shape in our body. Stay with your breath. Let's return to the knees, grabbing the blocks on their highest end, and step your left foot forward into a lunge. Pressing hips down, your hands can find your left thigh to help lift open through the heart. We are very much utilizing our breath to create depth in our positions today. Let's let the hands return to the blocks. Shift your hips back, creating a long left hamstring. Come in and out of this one a few times to prime up that hamstring. The blocks don't have to stay right there. They could move with you if you need a little extra support on that shift back. Next time you come up, grab one of your blocks with both hands. Inhale, reach overhead and back. Root through the top of your right foot and shin. Keep the belly button pulled up. Keep the arms long. Just another moment here. Exhale, release the block to the earth. We're going to shift back into our half split and hold. Create more depth by sitting your hips to your heels and folding over from there. If you want a little extra support, place the block under your left glute. You might feel more steady or more supported with that variation. Continue to find length in your spine. Keeping those left toes pulled up, maybe create some side to side movement, feeling it up into your hip. Walk both your hands to the outside of the left leg, feeling your stretch move up into that IT band outside of left leg area. We come back to frame. Shift forward into our low lunge shape. Inhale, reach up with both hands straight up. Exhale, your left hand grabs the back of your right thigh as your right arm reaches up and back, exalting our lunge. Maybe those right fingers come behind the head and we press through that elbow again. Open the hips, the belly, the heart. Just another moment or so here. When you're ready, release your hands to frame your left foot. Shift back into your half split, dropping low, pulling those left toes up, sitting down as low as you're comfortable with. Find those movements in the left toes again. Walk to the outside of the leg, maybe. What is going to serve you in this moment? Lifting back up into our lunge. Grabbing the blocks. We are going to place them inside of our left leg and walk that left foot out a bit so we're in our lizard lunge shape. Begin to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, sending the knee to the left. If you notice any tension creeping in, use your exhale to release it out. If you'd like to intensify into your broken lizard, lift up through the right heel. Left hand reaches back to connect with the foot, pulling heel in. We're noticing a lot more through our right quad and hip flexor, maybe even up into our belly. Feel free to pull in and out. Or maybe we didn't grab our foot at all and we stayed in our lizard lunge. That is okay too. We always want to honor our body in the present moment. So today's practice can look different from yesterday's, and that's okay. Return your hands to the blocks and allow them to frame your front foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, straighten your legs into pyramid. Let the block slide behind you as well, palms flat. Getting cozy in this posture. We'll be here for a little bit. Folding into that shin. Keeping your hips squared with the front of the mat. Left hip pressing back, right hip pressing forward. Stay with your breath. Come back to frame. You can bend your left knee, drop the back knee down. We'll untuck the toe. And let's bring our blocks up to their high end, under our shoulders or slightly in front of. You're going to start walking that left foot even more forward. So now our knee is behind the heel. We're going to do this gradually, shifting back to that half split shape and then shifting forward to our now extended lunge shape. We're working up to deepen our split here. So we want to take time with each increase, shifting forward and back at a pace that serves you. And maybe you get to a point that you recognize as your stopping point. You are in a comfortably challenging stretch, and you're going to stay right there and serve your body. If that is the case, try to sit up as tall as you can. Keep the shoulders down. Use the blocks to your advantage here. But if there's space for you to play around and move, I encourage you to do so and notice what happens. Maybe you could drop a level on the blocks. Let me know in the comments where you're at in your split journey. We're going to spend just a few more breaths on this side. Stay with your breath. Let it guide you into your depth. To bring yourself out, we're going to rely on the hands a lot for strength. It might not look super pretty, might look a little clunky, but when you arrive out, we're going to come to an elevated child's, hands on the blocks, sit your hips back, settle your forehead down. When you are ready, we'll come back up to tabletop. Hands on the high end of the block. Send your right foot forward. Hands on your thigh. Lift up in this crescent lunge. Sending the hips forward and down. Keeping the shoulders down. Can you feel your base of support through that left shin and top left of foot? Let your hands come down to the blocks. And find that forward, backward shift at your pace. Just starting to wake up that right hamstring. Remember that the blocks can move with you if keeping them in that same place feels like you're overextending the upper body. Next time you shift forward, grab one of the blocks, reach it overhead and back. Keep integrity through your low back and core by bringing the belly button up, tucking the belly button under, keeping your neck in a comfortable spot for your body, rooting through that base of support. Exhale, release yourself down. Send your hips back to that half split. You can stay hovered or you could sit to your heel. If it helps, place a block under your right glute so that you are evenly supported and steady. There's some time to play around here, making spinal movements, making left leg or ankle movements, allowing yourself to experience. We can now walk our hands to the outside of that right leg, getting into the IT band area a little more. Come back to frame, shift forward, lift both hands up, reaching straight up, right hand to the back of left thigh, left hand reaching up and back, maybe fingers behind the head, pressing through your left elbow, exalting our lunge. Hips pressing forward and down. We're finding that nice rounded shape through the front of body, stability through the left leg. Stay with your breath as you release the hands to frame the right leg. Shift once more into your half split, as low as you're comfortable with. Allow yourself to find length through the hamstring. Maybe taking your hands to the outside again, or maybe there was a certain movement that served you best. When you're ready, we'll rise back up with both blocks on their high end or an end that serves you. Tuck the left toe, lift the knee, straighten out your right leg, come to pyramid pose. Forehead melting down, hands reaching back, use the blocks to make your connection. Your left hip is going to press slightly forward while your right hip presses back, keeping your hips in that parallel to front of mat alignment. Keeping your spine long by disengaging the traps, unshrugging your shoulders, maintaining a long neck as you breathe. Let's bring the blocks forward, drop to your back knee, untuck. Bring both hands to the inside for our lizard lunge. You're rolling to the outer edge of your right foot, sending the knee out to the side, keeping your hips pressed forward and down, keeping your spine long, left leg long. Your breath is guiding you into your depth. If you'd like, that left knee can bend. We reach our right hand back to grasp into our broken lizard. Feel that left quad and hip flexor really waking up. Maybe you want to create some movements, pulling that heel in and out. Or maybe we're still in our lizard lunge. Let's release if we're holding. Bring both hands back to the blocks. And we'll go ahead and frame our front foot now, bringing that foot in with a little wiggle. This is where we're going to begin creating length into our split. So find those forward, backward shifts again. But each time you come forward, you're going to wiggle that foot just a little more forward. We want to lift up to the higher ends of the block so we can keep our posture more upright. Again, we're all going to be at different levels with our splits, and you might even notice a significant difference from right to left. So if you need to pause this video, spend some more time, please do so. And also remember, your depth may stop before mine in this video, or your depth may go past what I do in this video. You are the leader of your practice. What is going to serve you best today? Remember to keep the body upright, using the blocks to support that posture, letting the weight of your upper body sink into your hips. Stay with your breath. Now, coming out of this posture can be a little clunky, maybe a little challenging, but I encourage you to use your hands to support yourself through releasing out of this posture. Last pose of class in tabletop. We'll bring our elbows to the lower ends of our blocks, bending them, bringing thumbs behind the head in an elevated child's pose. Return to your breath. Find gratitude for the hard work that you accomplished today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.